Joining us right now is the Herbold Group Managing Director, former COO of Microsoft, Bob Herbold. And Bob, it's good to have you this morning. Thanks very much for joining us. Tell us how that would work in terms of working from home and how sustainable this is for business, what kind of an impact it's going to have.
Well, it's not a permanent situation that companies want, but they have to deal with it, and to the best of their ability, they'll work with it. But there's no doubt human interaction is required at times in terms of pounding out decisions, and so it would be very interesting to see how this evolves in the next weeks, in a few weeks to come, because it can be difficult.
Yeah, Bob, we've talked about this in the past, and I think we have to remember that President Trump has completely changed the conversation on China. All of these issues that we're talking about every day have been going on for decades over 3 different administrations. And what I'm referring to is intellectual property theft, the fact that China produces so many important critical products that the U.S. needs. Let's look at just pharmaceutical products, antibiotics. 70% of the active ingredients are made in China. All of these parts and components that we use in our cars, our phones, all our electronics, made in China. You joined me over a year ago when we talked about the impact of intellectual property. Tell us your standpoint in how much it cost Microsoft a year, roughly. I mean, not specific numbers, but like roughly how much it cost Microsoft from the fact that Chinese companies were regularly stealing Microsoft intellectual property.
Well, if you go back to the world of floppy disks and CDs, no doubt it was a problem for the industry, and for Microsoft, you're talking billions of dollars. But on the other hand, today's world is one of
billions, hundreds of billions.
Maria, no one can exactly tell you the impact of that. They can make some rough estimates, but it's a very large number. I think what's important is to understand with being able to download software as a service, basically, and a subscription, there is some benefit here from the standpoint of putting relief into that equation. But one thing we can't forget is you look back at the last 30 years and you say, wow, all this problem with China that you've just described, how has the tech sector done in the context of all those problems? Actually, they've done extremely well. So the fact is we've weaved our way through a lot of these problems. We hope they don't exist in the future. I like what's going on with the government in terms of confronting these things, but let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak.
Bob, hi. James Freeman here from the Wall Street Journal. Your old friend and colleague Bill Gates is obviously focused on this and trying to do what he can in the philanthropic world to marshal the fight against the disease. Do you have a sense from him where that's going? I think, like a lot of us, you probably have confidence that he's going to be helpful in finding a solution.
Well, I think we got some great minds putting against this problem, but it's a difficult one in terms of speed. The issue is get with it so that we've got something to combat this thing, and that's the challenge right now. So, but no doubt we've got some great minds working on it.
So how quickly can we change supply chains, Bob? I mean, you've been at this for a long time. You've seen how many companies within tech get everything produced in China. Now we're sort of opening up to this realization that it's not a good idea. We can't rely on foreigners for all this important critical stuff. What do you think that would take in terms of the timeline for companies to change operations, move production elsewhere?
Well, it kind of depends on the industry. In terms of the high-tech industry, and importantly, key parts and components that go into the products, it can be very time-consuming, Maria, because you not only have to decide to move it, you've got a lot of legal issues, you've got a lot of training issues with personnel. One of the difficulties in America is the personnel. The human resource issue is much more difficult than in some of these countries where you see large populations of people coming out of poverty. And China has done a great favor for the world in terms of bringing a lot of people out of poverty. And to some extent,
Yeah.
countries like the United States have taken advantage of that. But
Yeah,
you never
that's gonna
want
be
to put all
changing.
your eggs. Yeah, you never want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And several of the tech companies are guilty of that.
Yeah, for sure. Bob, thanks very much for joining us this morning. We so appreciate it.
Righto.
Bob Herbold joining us there.